Welcome everyone to Low Budget Wrestling's biggest show of the year, LBW Payback. My name is HPanic22 and I'll be your faithful announcer tonight. The Equipo Leon Negro clashes with the Ministry of Money inside a steel cage. And in the main event, Mr. Handy will defend his title in a triple threat match. Forget Easter, forget Christmas. Payback is the best time of the year. Up first is our tag team contest pitting Equipo Leon Negro against the Ministry of Money in a steel cage match. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the rules of a steel cage match, so let's go over them real quickly. You can win by pinfall, submission, or by escaping the cage under normal circumstances. But we are going old school for LBW Payback tonight, and you can only win by escaping the cage. Now, this whole match came about because over the last several weeks, the great Prince Awesome has developed this. It's a professional rivalry with the leader of the Ministry of Money, Jeremiah Fenwick. It hasn't gotten particularly mean-spirited or brutal, unlike the Rowdy Randy Stan and his very physical altercations with Ukulele the Wanderer. But it's become a thing, a contest of professional skill. They've met in the ring against each other. They've put their seconds in the ring against each other. We saw that last week during Week 9 when Rowdy Randy Stan took on Buck Cashman and was victorious. So he's kind of got the one-up on him here. Hopefully, this contest will settle it. We're going to put them in the ring with each other, and we're going to finish this thing once and for all. And I say this time, you'll notice that this time Jeremiah Fenwick has brought Bear Bradford with him, the hired muscle of the Ministry of Money. I mean, really, honestly, if you're going to go, if the plan is we need to go in here and beat these guys down, Bear Bradford is the obvious choice. I like Buck Cashman. The kid's got heart. He fights hard. But if it's going to come down to I need someone to watch my back, I'm picking the Russian Gladiator every time. I mean, look at the man. He is an impressive physical specimen. He's weird as all get out. But that just adds to the intimidation factor. That's a positive in my book. So as the Ministry makes their way to the ring, they're taking their time, enjoying soaking up the adulation of the crowd tonight. We know this match has the potential to steal the show. The Equipo Leon Negro showing no fear. Staying right in the ring with him. So Bear Bradford is ready. Equipo Leon Negro is ready. Jeremiah Fenwick is ready. Little Jocelyn, referee Hiro Hamada is going to get these guys separated. We're going to lower that cage. We're going to do this thing. So like I said, the only way to win is by escaping the cage. Hiro Hamada is actually on the outside overseeing the job. Our referee does not need to be inside the cage right now because there's no pinfalls, there's no submissions. All you got to do is see whose feet touch the arena floor first. So they paired off a little bit. The Ministry of Money in firm control right now. Bear Bradford taking it to Prince Awesome. You say Randy Stan takes a knee to the back from Jeremiah Fenwick. It's an awesome counter. Dragon Sleeper into a lifting, almost pulls a vertical suplex, tips it forward into a front-facing DDT, and he's pulling the turnbuckle off. Now, normally that'd be something that might lead to a disqualification using that exposed steel turnbuckle, but there's no referee, there's no disqualifications. So the high-angle suplex, if he decides to whip Bear Bradford face first into that steel buckle, nobody's going to be able to say anything about it. And already, Bradford's in trouble. Prince Awesome hooks that neck, drops him with the brain buster. Now the idea here is that Prince Awesome might be looking to do enough damage to quickly escape the cage, but you're going to run into an issue. If you get out of the cage first, you're going to leave your partner in there alone against both competitors. So ideally, you'd want to escape the cage at the same time with your partner. Bradford is down. Prince Awesome climbing out. He's almost out. Randy Stan ascends the top rope. Flipping senton. Holy shit, Prince Awesome diving off the top of the cage. Crushes the retreating Bear Bradford. Bradford is done. Prince Awesome just landed his belly first into his spine. Bradford recovers just enough to fend off Prince Awesome. But Randy Stan, he's got one amigo. He's got two amigos. He's looking for three. He might be. He's setting Fenwick up. Brad Bradford applying something, using his submission skills, maybe hoping to slow Prince Awesome down, but it's not doing a whole lot. Because you can't win by submission. All you can do, maybe work a limb, get an injury. Fenwick sees Awesome trying to escape, yanks him down by the foot hard on his back. But the damage might be done. Bradford might be out of it. He's slowly getting back to his feet. Jeremiah Fenwick's fighting a two-man war right now. So that 600-pound weight, that oddly suspicious weight of 600 pounds, man, 6'6", 600. And Randy Stan nails the frog splash on Bear Bradford. Again, that high-flying offense is crippling Bear Bradford. But Jeremiah Fenwick sees him trying to escape, yanks him down by the foot too. Bradford is on top of this. He knows even it might be beneficial to let the man escape. Then you get a 2-on-1. It depends on what your tactic going into this matchup is. There's a lot of ways you can work this. Either you try to escape with your partner simultaneously, so you both get out at the same time, or you let one of your opponents get away to give yourself a 2-on-1 handicap advantage, where you both beat down the last guy and then you escape together. There's a lot of ways this can go. But for right now, it's Randy Stan swinging DDT straight to the ground. He's going to sleep. So Prince also looking for that belly-to-belly. Bradford scouts it, sees it coming. Hits it, hooks him with the chicken wing face buster. So the Ministry of Money looking to turn this thing around. They had a rough start. Caught a lot of that high-flying Lucha Libre offense, but right now, Bradford's getting out of dodge. The fall-away slam off the top rope throws Randy Stan clear across the ring. Bradford has made it out. All he's got to do is get his feet to touch the floor, and his team will secure one. And he's out. Now, the downside of this, again, is Jeremiah Fenwick is in there alone against both members of Equipo Leon Negro. And Randy Stan is taking advantage right now. He's climbing the cage while Prince Awesome guards the opponent in the ring. Awesome hooks that arm, goes to lands the vertical suplex, while Randy Stan is on the outside as well. It's down to one-on-one. And the curb stomp. The curb stomp might do it. Assuming Prince Awesome gets to the top and decides not to risk life and limb, he could easily make his escape here. He is outside the ring. Jeremiah Fenwick is down. He's still groggy from the curb stomp. He's not up. Put your feet on the ground, Prince. Sort of secure it. And it's done. Equipo Leon Negro wins the match. Let's take a look at some of these highlights because there were a lot. That is the first brain buster. Followed it up with a Death Valley driver. Missed that the first time we saw it. There's a lot going on. Randy Stan nailed the three amigos, but it came down to the curb stomp. Prince Awesome using the curb stomp to secure the win for his team. And Equipo Leon Negro takes the win tonight in the steel cage, and hopefully that puts this thing to bed. But really, honestly, if I'm being truthful, I hope it doesn't. I'd love to see these guys go at it again. Anytime you put the Ministry of Money against Equipo Leon Negro, you're going to get fireworks, and it's going to be fantastic. And it's just great having these guys here. Up next is E.T. Hunter taking on Buck Cashman in this one-on-one contest. So heading down to the ring, it's our favorite federal agent, normal human, regular guy, the E.T. Hunter. The E.T. clearly stands for Ethan Turner Hunter. Likes to go by the short version. It keeps things nice and light and snappy. But E.T. Hunter making his way to the ring. He's taking on Buck Cashman, the beleaguered member of the Ministry of Money. But tonight, even though we just saw him a few moments ago, Jeremiah Fenwick is going to be making his way down to the ring is making his way to the ring with Buck Cashman in a managerial role. See if he can offer some advice, some encouragement to the young man who, his father, Big Daddy Cashman, is the one who bankrolled the Ministry of Money in the first place. So going all the way back to week 1, it was Big Daddy Cashman who bought Jeremiah Fenwick's spot by making a sizable donation to the Church of Sacred Fellows to get Buck Cashman onto LBW TV and into the title tournament. Now, that spot didn't really go anywhere because of E.T. Hunter's partner, Joel the Mailman Bacon, who has his own issues with Buck Cashman stemming back from that incident. So it looks like E.T. might have taken this contract as a favor to his buddy, who is in the title match tonight. So this is a big opportunity for the team of Los Federales. They can, one, get revenge for a slight from all the way back at the beginning of the season, where E.T. Hunter can rectify by just putting an additional. He can rectify that mistake by putting an additional beating on Buck Cashman, showing him that money doesn't buy you technique, it doesn't buy you skill, and it doesn't buy you respect. And also, if Joel Bacon can overcome the odds tonight and become the LBW heavyweight champion, it'll prove that one, bullies win, because that's exactly how Bacon got this spot. He picked a fight with Mr. Handy, and he escalated that fight until it got him a title match. So this is a big opportunity for Los Federales tonight. But standing in the way of that is the Ministry of Money, specifically your boy, Buck Cashman. Now, I had a lot of bad things to say about this guy the first time I saw him, but he's grown on me. I don't mind admitting it. As your faithful, unbiased announcer, I'm just here to call the action the way I see it. And from what I've seen, Buck Cashman's got heart. Like he doesn't have like the technical skills of a Bear Bradford. He doesn't have the charisma of a Jeremiah Fenwick. But you see, he's had the intelligence to use his wealth to surround himself with people who make up for his shortcomings. You know, he's got the mouthpiece in the mouth from down south, Jeremiah Fenwick. He's got the muscle in Bear Bradford. And now he's starting to get a little bit of that confidence, get a little bit of that swagger, but he's got to get in there and do it for himself. And he's got to get in there with competition like E.T. Hunter. If he's going to make a change for himself, it's going to start tonight. Now, recently in the last couple of weeks, we've seen a little bit of a power struggle developing between these two. Now, maybe they put that all aside, and this is just, we're all good now. So we've had the issue where, it's a bit of concern over who's really the leader in the Ministry of Money. Is it the charismatic mouthpiece, the Jeremiah Fenwick, or is it, the son of Big Daddy Cashman, the bankroller who's paying for this whole thing? Now, Buck really believes that he's going to be the breakout star. He put this team together, and he should be the one in charge of it. But to do that, he's going to have to go out there and he's going to have to win. He's going to have to put these wins together, and E.T. Hunter is not going to make that easy for him. So right now, E.T. working that neck, that federally mandated stealth hold. He goes in the corner, undoes the turnbuckle pad. Again, we saw Prince Awesome do that. Nothing really came of it. It worked as kind of a distraction. Made you think it was gonna play into it. Chekhov's turnbuckle, but it didn't end up actually happening. A little disappointed. Kind of wanted to see somebody get their face broken, but hey, I'm a little bloodthirsty. What of it? I say Buck, work at the side, backbreaker, switches sides into a side Russian leg sweep. That was an interesting technique from the brawler. If you had to describe the way the Buck Cashman fights, he's not really a professional wrestler. He doesn't come from a background of amateur wrestling. He doesn't come from a long career of professional wrestling. This is still his rookie year. But he's a street fighter. He tapes up that right hand. He tapes up that right elbow. I'm inclined to believe there might be loaded objects. But you see how, from how small he is from stature-wise to how hard he's able to land those blows. Everything is just, it's sound and fury. It's no wonder he doesn't get along with E.T. Hunter's partner, Joel Bacon. He fights the same way. A bunch of street fighters and brawlers obviously not going to get along together. Buck landing that knee right to the lower back. Now, that doesn't mean that because he's a fighter, he doesn't come in here with a game plan. Tapping into that white boy swag, loads that right fist and drops it directly into the jaw of our totally normal human federal agent. So Buck already looking for something big. Hoists E.T. up, but flips over and gets German suplexed right down on his neck. So E.T. Hunter might have been dazed by the punch, but he definitely saw the Samoan driver coming. So E.T. hit him with that brain chop, hit him with the brain chop. Gonna knock some of those memories out of his head. See if he can erase a couple. Make Buck forget why he's here tonight. So a quick cover, and it amounts to nothing. And so E.T. pushes right out of it. For Buck, it gives him an excuse to using that possibly loaded elbow pad to work the shoulder. It's a running start, and he goes with the jumping elbow and kind of biffs it. Doesn't seem to make a lot of solid contact there. E.T. kicking that knee away. Gets a running STO, brings Buck right straight down. And yanks him up into the camel clutch. He might have learned that one from his partner. Joe Bacon uses a modified version I call the Accolade. It's a little bit deeper of ascension. It works a little bit better. E.T. Hunter might be a bit too tall to get the proper Accolade in there. Can't really bend his spine enough to bend your opponent up. But that's not going to help Buck now, because he's in the clutches of the wingtip powerbomb. Moving forward, he drops him straight down. That could be the end of the night for Buck. And it's not. Buck kicks out on his own. Jeremiah Fenwick could have gotten involved right there and chose not to. He's going to make Buck fight this thing out for himself. E.T. Hunter heading to the top rope. He knows he's got to stay on the gas pedal here. Doesn't want to let Buck get any kind of advantage, but Buck sees it coming, rolls out of the way. E.T. misses the huge elbow off the top rope, and he grounds him. He's going for the grounding again. But E.T. sees it coming, fights his way out of it. Irish whip, hard to the turnbuckle, into the corner. Buck sees him coming in, dives out of the way, and smashes him with that loaded elbow pad. See, now I fully believe that thing is a weapon. Got it in the ring. We need to check these dudes' weapons before they get in there. Buck laying in the right hands. Hits him with the swagger punch. And again, that loaded fist. He's busted E.T. Hunter wide open. And again, drops that taped fist right into his neck. And again, the loaded elbow to the top of the head. It's over and over. The repeated blows in the face. And then that's enough. It's enough to win. So Buck Cashman lays about 6 consecutive shots with the taped fist and the loaded elbow directly to the forehead of E.T. Hunter. Let's look at these replays. E.T. lands that good German suplex there as a counter. So I think this is where Buck gets that 1 count, and E.T. throws him right out. So there's still plenty of gas left in the tank. The wingtip powerbomb wasn't enough to keep Buck Cashman down. He still had plenty of gas left in the tank. But E.T. was kind of running out of options. I guess he figured he could try it and see what he got from it. But this is how it ended. After the hard shot with the taped fist to the face, and then followed by the fist drop to the forehead, and then the triangle choke around the neck, landing the elbow directly to the head. It sends E.T. Hunter just sprawling out of the ring, and it's hey, Bear Bradford, come down to the ring to celebrate the big win. Oh no, Bear, what are you doing? We've been asking for weeks. in this battle over control of the Ministry of Money, where Bear Bradford lied. If he was a true believer, if he was following the paycheck, I think we got our answer. Bear Bradford attacking the bankroller of the Ministry of Money, Buck Cashman. We might have finally figured out where he stands, but Buck fighting him off. He's got a little bit of the upper hand. Where is Jeremiah Fenwick? These two are going at it in the ring, but Jeremiah Fenwick is nowhere to be found. Where is the leader of the Ministry of Money right now? He needs to get in there. If we're going to keep this unit together, he needs to get in there and settle this. Get these guys off of each other. Buck winding up that right hand. He used that loaded fist to take out E.T. Hunter, and it's seeming to have a good effect on Bear right now. He hoists him up on his shoulders. And he lands a Samoan driver. Buck might have just settled that ambush. Buck Cashman is establishing himself as he celebrates in the ring. There is he. Oh, he got the chair. Well, I guess that is your answer. It looks like Buck Cashman might finally be excommunicated from the Church of Sacred Fellows. Coming up next is our main event of the evening. It's our LBW heavyweight title triple threat match. Our reigning defending champion, Mr. Handy, is taking on the challenge of Ukulele the Wanderer, who is set to destroy all the evil here in LBW, and he's got his sights set on Joel, the mailman Bacon, the meanest mother lover that's ever delivered your presents. And that match is coming up next.
El siguiente concurso de triple amenaza está programado para una caída y es para el Low Budget Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
It's finally time, it's finally time, it's finally time. All right, relax, calm down, be professional. Relax, calm down. It's time.
Avanzando por el pasillo, el retador, desde Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania, con un peso de 280 libras, Joel the Mailman Bacon.
Joel Bacon making his way to the ring. Let's talk a little bit about Joel Bacon. This man has been on a crusade ever since week 3, when he warned the previous champion that he was coming for him. He warned Arshawn Wells. He warned Mr. Handy when Mr. Handy was the #1 contender, that if things didn't start to change, he was going to burn this place down from the inside out. He was going to ruin friends, enemies. He didn't care. And he has made that happen. Joel Bacon has found himself in exactly the position he told us he would here in the season finale, in the final match of the year against Mr. Handy. He's ready to make that happen. But coming down the aisle is his nemesis, Ukulele the Wanderer.
Y presentando al retador, viniendo a nosotros desde la quinta dimensión, pesa 251 libras, Ukulele the Wanderer.
Ukulele the Wanderer made it a point. He's been on a crusade to eliminate what he sees as anything that's vile, anything underhanded. He has taken on the roughest, meanest guys he could find. He took on both members of Equipo Leon Negro. Mixed results. He took on Bear Bradford last week. Took on the week before that. He had a 2 out of 3 falls matchup with Joel Bacon that he won. 2 falls to 1. This performance over the last couple weeks has impressed our general manager enough to make the case that if Bacon is the #1 contender, his immediate rival, who has clean victories over him, deserves to be in this matchup too. And that's how Ukulele has found himself here. We don't know what kind of impact this is going to have on Bacon's contendership for the title.
Y desde Mount Everett, Washington, con un peso de 625 libras, él es el reinante, defensor del título, Low Budget Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Human Horse Hybrid, the One Horsepower Tower, Mr. Handy.
The Human Horse Hybrid, Mr. Handy, making his way to the ring. He has got a tall order in front of him tonight. But the One Horsepower champion He's faced every kind of adversity that a man horse can. You know, getting bumped out of the heavyweight title tournament way at the beginning of season 1. He fought his way through the second chance battle royal by eliminating Joel the Mailman Bacon, which was the beginning of their rivalry. He tossed Bacon via powerbomb over the top rope directly to the floor, cementing his place in the triple threat match for the championship, and it wasn't even involved in the finish. Arshawn Wells pinned Rip Sexton. Mr. Handy was not pinned in that match. So he felt he was due a one-on-one contest, and when it came down to it, he challenged Arshawn, beat him, secured the championship match the next week, and pinned him, won the title. Now he's defending his championship in the final episode of the season. He's trying to, Mr. Handy is going to try to close out this year of LBW as the champion. But to do it, he's going to have to get past the brawling skills of Joe Bacon and the frankly unorthodox technique of ukulele. Now Bacon, never one to be discouraged, goes right after Mr. Handy. What? Taking the opportunity when he's down, hooks that suplex in the ukulele, dumps him right over. That may be a mistake. Mr. Handy's in the corner getting fired up. And I think the last thing that anybody else in this ring wants is for the human horse hybrid to light a fire under himself. But that STO takedown by Bacon's going to be able to get him to take a break. And it gets the favor returned by Ukulele. And Ukulele is showing a bit of disrespect here. Using a version of the accolade. That's Joe Bacon's finisher. That's, you got to figure Bacon's going to know how to get out of his own hold, and he does. But he senses the assault by Mr. Handy coming, turns right around and plants him. I think that, as far as triple threats go, you got to have eyes in the back of your head. And Bacon's doing a great job of stopping Mr. Handy from ever really getting out of the gate by just shutting down his offense at every opportunity. But now you see he's rolling out of the ring. He's gonna let his two challengers here kind of fight each other. He'll let Bacon. The Mailman is gonna let Mr. Handy and Ukulele kind of wear each other out. And I'm betting, based on what we've seen before, he's gonna try to slide in there when it's opportune and get himself a little bit, but keep himself out of danger. Which is exactly what we see. Ukulele takes down Mr. Handy, and Bacon immediately slides in, looking for a quick cover. Gets him nothing there, but you keep Handy on the ground. You can't use that huge vertical base. Remember, Mr. Handy is 6'10". He's 620 pounds of horse meat. That is a huge athlete. If you let him start running, he's going to put his foot through the side of your head. Said Bacon keeping him on the ground where he can't take advantage of any of that leverage. Ukulele takes one for a power slam. Oh, he goes for a backbreaker instead. And clubbing Mr. Handy out of the corner. Ukulele is all things to all men right now. Hits that middle rope. Comes down for the elbow. The elbow spike. Handy moves out of the way. Irish whip into the turn, into the corner. Handy's not done. Whips him into the opposite corner. He's 8 feet in the air. Drops him with the snake eyes. And Bacon sprints in for the belly-to-belly overhead suplex, and Handy drops in for the cover. Bacon can't let that happen. Breaks it up. Ukulele going to take himself a little, rolls out of the ring, keep himself safe. Well, Joe Bacon hits the pump side kick. That's a setup. Stomps that big back. And he's going to yank Mr. Handy into the accolade. But he's too big, he's too strong, and he's too close to the ropes. Hits the Dragon Sleeper, yanks him up into the reverse suplex. Oh, Mr. Handy's getting fired up. This is not good news for anybody in this ring. The ukulele tucks that big man in. Hits the star killer. He's got the pin. Bacon has to run over and break that up immediately. But that means ukulele, he's all fired up. Goes for the deep space. He goes for the deep space DDT, and Bacon feels it out, flips through it, and counters it. Hits the pump sidekick on ukulele. Mr. Handy, belly to belly overhead. Everybody's down. Mr. Handy's got an opportunity to win this thing. No, not yet, buddy. He's got this thing. Not that I'm playing favorites. Not that I'm firmly behind the human horse hybrid. So ukulele plants him with a DDT. Bacon hasn't recovered yet, but Mr. Handy's able to get out of it on his own. So we get down into the short time here. The fists are starting to fly. It's getting a little furious. Bacon countered. DDT for Bacon. Drops him right on the page boy cap. But it's not enough. He is back to a kneeling. He's on his feet. He's a little dazed, a little confused. An even flow DDT again. Ukulele targeting the head of Joel Bacon. But he's got to bust through the defenses of the page boy cap. That might have been his first mistake. He whips Bacon into Mr. Handy, slows him down, but a hard back elbow. It distracts him just long enough for Mr. Handy to whip ukulele into the corner. Oh no, he set him up on the top rope. Nothing good comes from the high rent district. Spread those legs out. I'm looking for a ball punch. Nope, wraps that arm. Top rope horseplex. Ukulele's out of it. If Mr. Handy pins ukulele now, he could win this entire thing. Bacon too far away to make the save. This is the end of the night. The horseplex is going to get it. The horseplex does not get it. It does not get it. And now the great peril of Mr. Handy is when he's motivated, when he's fired up. He's got the crowd behind him. He's feeling it. That horsepower tower is ready to go. He's got the hot hands. And unfortunately, Bacon's in the crosshairs, picked up by his neck and chokeslammed down. The turnbuckle again. He whipped out. Oh no, Bacon about to get the horse crush. Why is ukulele celebrating? No, Bacon! Oh no, Bacon is crushed. Bacon is down. That is 625 pounds down across the chest. Bacon is out of this. And the crippler horse face. Ukulele thought they were buddies and got yanked straight into the crippler horse face. He manages to escape, but Mr. Handy's firing on all cylinders here. He's knocking the ref out of the way. He's got no mercy for anyone. Ukulele just trying to keep this thing, keep it alive. He fends off Mr. Handy quickly, throws a hot drop kick to Joel Bacon, throws him back into the corner. Bacon fights it off. This is his chance. That one arm suplex. If he can get a pin here while Mr. Handy is out of it, he can steal the title. Come on, Bacon, put your foot on the gas pedal. You can do this thing. Don't let this goddamn alien steal this opportunity from you. Ukulele quick cover. Mr. Handy has recovered. He's back in the ring. Spins around, tosses him back into the corner. I think Mr. Handy's got a game plan. He's thinking if he keeps his opponents away from each other by throwing them into the corners, he can create a little separation, give himself some room to work. But right now, that inverted drop right across those generous horse genitalia, it just gives you a bigger target. Ukulele taking advantage. But no, full Nelson. He beats Joel Bacon's face via the full Nelson into the corner and then yanks him back out. He doesn't know what's going on. Again, Handy to the turnbuckle. But I think Ukulele's figured that game plan out. Catches Mr. Handy coming in. Going for a pin. I don't think it's going to get him anything. Going to take a lot more than that to put the human horse hybrid down. So Ukulele, I think, going for a little bit of a different strategy here. The pace has been quick. But Ukulele trying to slow it down. Using the nerve hold on those giant trapezius muscles. Which you're good at. You're going to need more than basic rest hold. And again, DDT to Joel Bacon. And it busts him wide open. So Ukulele has found the answer to Joel Bacon. The hard DDTs in the face. Handy working his way back to his feet. Mr. Handy is so impressive. He's a giant man horse who has found his calling. And he's on his feet. What does it take to put this guy down? Ukulele working so hard from both ends, trying to find an answer for Bacon, trying to keep Mr. Handy at bay. The back elbow. And again, into the turnbuckle. And again, Ukulele sees it coming, fights it off. But you get into a fist fight with Mr. Handy, he's going to put those big knees right into the side of your head. Ukulele is dazed. A shot to the back, bro. Joe Bacon, opportunistic shot to the back by Bacon. Mr. Handy on the top rope. Just stacking him up. Looking for another horseplex. The second horseplex. Usually it only takes one. Ukulele wisely gets out of dodge so he can't be pinned off the horseplex. But it leaves Bacon alone in the ring. This is still an opportunity for Mr. Handy. Bacon gets away from the front suplex. That's not going to be enough. And again, Handy slows it down. Gets that neck hold in. Bacon fights him off. A shot to the kidney. Whipped into the turnbuckle. Now hard Irish whip into the opposite corner. Follows him in with a big clothesline. So Handy looking for a quick cover. Maybe that's enough. See the frustration of Mr. Handy. He's getting right down in there and slamming Bacon's face into the ground. Bacon's already been busted open. He's got a gash across the top of his forehead from that DDT from Ukulele. But Ukulele sneaks up behind Mr. Handy. Deep space DDT. Bacon is out. Mr. Handy has to fight this off himself. Get up, you horse bastard. No, it's over. Ukulele has pinned the champion. Let's look at these replays. It's over. Bacon hits the pump kick. Ukulele smashes the star killer on Mr. Handy. All of this was set up. Bacon with that furious pump kick again. All of this was set up. These three monsters beat the tar out of each other. It could have gone in any direction, but this pin doesn't get anything. This was just more set up just to get up. It comes down to right here, the deep space DDT. Bacon is down. Mr. Handy was distracted. Ukulele hits a fantastically timed deep space DDT. Lifts that huge horse leg, and before Bacon can get his wits about him, he has pinned the champion and won the LBW Heavyweight Championship. Our visitor from beyond the stars has completed the quest. He got the prize. It's the LBW Championship. He stands alone as the champion at the end of our first season. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Good evening. My name is Wifey Panic, and I'm the General Manager of Low Budget Wrestling. Let me offer congratulations to our new champion, but I do have a bit of business, so please don't leave the ring just yet. I've spent the last few weeks negotiating with promoters all over the globe in the hopes of bringing the very best and brightest here to LBW. In order to sweeten the pot, I've offered any champion who surrenders a title to me an immediate match against our heavyweight title holder. And it just so happens that I had a taker. Hope you had a good breather, champ, because that match is happening right now. And if you have any complaints, take it up with the front office.
El siguiente concurso de 1 a 1 está programado para una caída y es para el Low Budget Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
So who?
Acompañado por el pasillo por
no
The
way.
Literary Goliath,
No way!
Arson Wells.
That's Rip
El
Sexton!
retador es de Austin, Texas.
Rip
y
Sexton is
pesa
back in LBW,
234
and
libras.
he's teaming
Él
with
es
Arson
el
Wells.
NXT European Champion.
Wifey
Rip,
Panic has pulled
the
off the
ladies'
coup of the
man,
century.
Sexton.
Rip is here. Last week, Rip Sexton won the NXT European Championship, and he's back in LBW with that title, and he's working for the general manager. Unbelievable. Ukulele is in trouble. Rip Sexton is fresh. He's got backup in the form of the literary Goliath, Arson Wells. One of the men that he spent the entire year running down, just talking everything he could about him, trying to get a title shot, and then he lost that title match to him during our trip to 1994. Rip lost that title match and left to go to NXT, and has returned as their champion to fight our champion, unify these titles. Rip is gonna do it. Rip is giving up the NXT European Championship for a shot at an injured, battered, beleaguered Ukulele, and the Wanderer is gonna take this match. I gotta bring it down. I gotta bring it. Keep it professional. And keep it casual. Rick, it just I can't wrap my head around this. This is too hype. This is too much hype. The hype levels, they're off the train. Hype train has jumped the tracks and crashed into a barn. The Ukulele Ukulele knows that the hype train is running full rampant overload. He's got to slow this thing down and not burn up too much energy. But Rip just plants a foot right in his face. By the way, want to mention, I like the new look for Rip. He's toned it down. He's got a lot more professional. He knocked all that perm out of his hair. You know, the mustache is a little out of control, but it's out of control in a different way. Looking very sharp in the suit. I'm liking the muted look. But I doubt it's gonna stop Rip from being exactly the same competitor that he's always been. Tenacious, frankly a little underhanded, but undeniably a force to be reckoned with. And like I said, he's coming to us as the reigning NXT European Champion. And you know, Ukulele's title reign is like 30 seconds old, and he's already being pressed and defending it. So Ukulele fighting back. But again, Rip slows it down, snatches those feet, and pulls him into a neat Boston Crab. High and tight, center of the ring. Ukulele fights it off, flexes those quads and gets a flip. But Rip counters with a stiff European uppercut. Probably picked that up while he was in London. Hooks that leg, traps that arm. Fisherman suplex and a hard shot to the face. Looking for some top rope offense. This is something he didn't do before. And we see why completely. Rip completely biffs the flying elbow. That's all right. He's giving Ukulele enough time to roll back to his feet. Hooks leg, nice snap suplex. As Ukulele looking to slow the pace down. Wraps that finger under the side of the chin, just twisting that neck, putting a lot of pressure on that neck, spins it around. Nice arm twist and shoulder breaker, Rip back in control. You see, this time, Mr. Handy, during the triple threat match, if he got in too much trouble, Ukulele could at least, hard shot to the side of the head. As, Ukulele could at least roll out of the ring and get himself a breather. Right now, there's only one man in the ring with him, and if he rolls to the outside, he probably have to contend with the literary Goliath, Arshawn Wells, picking him up, tossing him back in. So there's nowhere to go. Ukulele's got nowhere to go and nowhere to hide. He's got no friends to call. He's outnumbered. He's already been put through his paces, and now he's on top of all that. He has to deal with Rip Sexton, a fresh Rip Sexton in the ring. He elbow bats him off, flying shoulder block off the top rope. Now, while I mention these disadvantages, Ukulele is not done yet. You see he is still fighting. Our visitor from the fifth dimension, he's got the heart of a champion, and he's looking to prove it. And if there was ever a guy in Ukulele's quest to vanquish what he considers the evildoers of LBW, if there was ever a guy that needed to be vanquished, it would be Rip Sexton. Based on just the way he fights, based on the fact that he abandoned whatever contract he had, whatever friends he's made in NXT Europe, he left all those to come back under the heel of our general manager. At her behest, he sold his soul to work for the devil. But we're making the most of the suplex outside the ring. So Ukulele, how much more can Ukulele take? And really, how much more is Rip gonna give him? You want to say firmly in control. The Rip work, he just drops that leg across the throat on the edge of the apron. What the hell was that? There's a hard left hand, but it looked like he pulled something out of his pocket. Did we shake this guy down? Did we shake him down for weapons before we started? Ukulele still on his feet, catches a hard kick to the ribs. He's just getting mauled in there. I hate to ever admit that I'm doing it, but come on, Ukulele, you can do this thing. Don't let this sleazebag pull this off. Hey, Ukulele working that brain chop. It's a chop to the face, chop to the head, a running chop to the skull. Ukulele picks him up, wraps those legs, looking for the Star Killer. He's got Rip pinned. And Arshawn Wells distracting the referee. He's getting in there. He's making some kind of fuss, and it diverts just enough attention. It buys Rip enough time to get out of that. Thumb to the eye. Shot to the cojones. No, Ukulele. Is that how Rip Sexton is going to win the LBW title? No. Oh my God, get up, Ukulele. It can't go like this. And Rip Sexton, we've seen this before. If the first attempt doesn't work, if he can't get exactly what he wants, the frustration starts to come out. Just laying the right hands in. You bust Ukulele wide open. Just Rip laying those hard knuckles in, but Ukulele is not done. So seeing his own blood's got him fired up. So Rip, groggy, getting to his feet. Hook into his arm, get the butterfly hooks in. Deep space DDT. This could be the end of the night for Rip. He caught a Star Killer, and again, Arshawn Wells trying to distract the referee, keeping him busy. He doesn't see the pin. Ukulele doesn't even bother. Ukulele, so you talk bad about the guy. He's very perceptive in the ring. He was able to figure out the strategy that Mr. Handy was trying to use in their matchup and use it to his advantage. Every time Handy would go for an attack in the corner, Ukulele had a hard counter for it. Now he's kind of figured out he's going to have to contend with Arshawn Wells outside the ring as well. Hits his big move, doesn't even try to go for a cover, but he lures Arshawn into getting himself noticed. Now, referees may have a little bit of leniency, but you know, it has a limit. Ukulele, he's trapped. He's trapped in that accolade leg, that camel clutch. Goes to the waist lock. Rip. His standing switch and a club to the spine. Yanks him back to the ring. Hooks that waist lock and a teardrop suplex in the center of the ring. As they Rip again trying to slow the pace down. He's got that big claw trapped into the trapezius muscle. Ukulele, hard shot to the face. He's got a little blood on Rip Sexton now too. So everybody fighting hard in there. Ukulele drops the snake eyes across the ring. Rip getting that momentum right back. Fisherman suplex, flip, and a hard shot to the skull. The fisherman suplex is bad enough. But there's that left hand again. And again, the referee doesn't see the illegal hit. Rip Sexton, cocky son of a bitch that he is. He's got blood running down into his face. He knows Ukulele is out of this. He is moments away from securing his first LBW championship and ending the reign of Ukulele before it can really begin. He's bringing him to his feet. Deep six. Rip hits the deep six. That's the end of the night. But not for Ukulele. Rip doesn't believe it. Rip does not. Rip Sexton does not believe it. Ukulele with the heart of a goddamn champion. Counters the waistlock. Deep German, a high German suplex. So Ukulele getting pumped. He's feeling it. Nothing Arshawn Wells can do to stop this. Lifts Rip up. Traps those legs for the Star Killer. And he hits it. Only two. Ukulele keeping the pressure on. He's not slowing down. He's not stopping. He knows he's got Rip on the ropes. Drops that elbow into the chest. Taunts him to his feet. Hooking those arms. He's trapping him. Butterfly. Deep space DDT. It's not enough. He doesn't even go for the pin. Got that arm wrapped. Goes for the suplex. He flips him right over. Dragging him back to the center. Now he's going to go for the pin. But Rip fights it off. He wiped the blood out of his face. So Ukulele again goes for the nerve hold on the shoulder. See if he can just soften and Rip up. He bucks up to the second rope. Goes to drop the elbow and misses. Rip taking advantage. Hard punch in the back. But it's not enough to slow Ukulele down. The snapmare takeover. And he goes right back to the shoulder again. Putting pressure on that trapeze is going to make it hard for Rip to turn his head. Going to make it hard for him to use his arms to lift. You can't lift. You're not throwing deep sixes at anybody. You take away the deep six, you take away Rip's finishing blow. And the hard kick to the spine. Ukulele, he's got a game plan. I think what he's looking for is just grind Rip down. Nail him with the Star Killer for the third time. Is this going to be enough? And Ukulele has pinned the champion. Ukulele won. The Star Killer did it. Ukulele did it. He pinned Rip Sexton. No, what's happening? What's happening?
Not that I don't trust the eyesight of our officials, but Rip Sexton's shoulder was clearly off the mat, and that was not a 3 count. We need a definitive winner, so we are going to restart the match. You wanted more action? We're going to give it to you here in LBW.
No, our general manager has restarted the matchup? You can't do that. You can't do that. You literally won. He won this match. What's going on? There's that left hand. He's opened the cut back up. He's ripped that cut on the face of Ukulele back open. Oh no, Rip, no, Ukulele, no, deep six, center of the ring. God damn it, Rip Sexton is the winner. Ukulele fought as hard as he could. He fought with everything he had. But 3 matches in one night is finally enough. He's hit his limit. This smashed left hand with possibly the brass knuckles. We need to get another replay of that. And the deep 6, center of the ring, is enough to finally put down our now former LBW champion, Ukulele the Wanderer, and Rip Sexton is going to claim the LBW title. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. I can't believe it. I'm lost for words. Rip Sexton is your LBW champion. Not mine. And I hate to say that I ever have to say that Ukulele was my champion, but after all the shenanigans here tonight, what is this now? What's happening now? The lights have gone out in the arena, and that's Jeremiah Fenwick. Jeremiah Fenwick, the leader of the Ministry of Money, the mouth from down south. When you sell your soul, you don't know who's going to come to claim it. With Jeremiah Fenwick making his way to the ring, we might have another confrontation here. Rip Sexton, Rip smart. He's gonna get out of town. He's gonna get out of Dodge. He's gonna run, hide, beg, plead to get away from the mouth from down south. Because that man, that I still insist is a demon, despite the fact that you people don't seem to believe it. He's got no goodwill. Oh, what the? Who is that? Who is that in the ring? Wait, no. That's Big Ham. Big Ham is back. Big Ham, we know that's him. He's throwing the Emperor kicks. Bam! That hooking side kick to the side of the head of Rip Sexton. Rip doesn't know where he is. Sean Wells can't decide. He doesn't know what to do. Rip takes a deep 6 from Big Ham. Big Ham has come back. And apparently, he's part of the Ministry of Money. Rip taking his belt and running up the ramp to get away from him. Big Ham is back in LBW, looking better than ever. And the Ministry of Money sends him running.